You know, in the past 30 years, I've owned a lot of pickup trucks that have all been gas, but this has been my first diesel pickup truck. And to be honest, there's three things that no one ever told me about diesel that are total game changers. In the build show today, gas versus diesel and 3 secrets. Let's get going. Okay, y'all, so the number one thing that no one ever tells you about diesel, by the way, this new generation is a lot quieter than the old ones. The number one thing for me on this truck that's been a total game changer is range. Now, they don't give it fuel economy if you look on the sticker on these, so you have to kind of do a little research. The gas version of this truck, this is a 2022 Chevy, so the gas version of this gets about 9.8 miles per gallon if I'm towing on the highway, about 14 miles per gallon if I'm not towing. The diesel version, check out these numbers. If we're just straight up highway driving, around 19 on the highway. And for me, I've averaged around 13.3 in towing on this truck. Now, I typically tow my Lance camper on big, long family vacations, and I've loved it for towing, but the standard gas comes with a 36-gallon tank. The diesel, same tank size, but here's the deal. Here's the big secret that no one tells you. If you have a diesel, you can switch out your factory tank for a new and bigger tank. This company named Titan Fuel Tanks, I have no relationship with them. They make a 56-gallon tank. Cost me $1,500 roughly installed. And so now instead of a 36, I've got a 56, just shy of 60 gallons. So check out the math here. A gas version that's getting 14 miles a gallon on the highway, 36-gallon tank, 500 miles, basically 504 miles. Now, if you're towing though, that drops down to 9.8 on average. So at times when I was towing with my gas Chevy prior to this one, I was getting like 6 or 7 miles. But let's say best case scenario, 9.8 miles per gallon, 36-gallon tank. That's 350 odd miles. No! Now look at this diesel though. If I'm getting 19 miles per gallon and I've got a 56-gallon tank, that's 1,064 miles of range. Yeah, boy. If I'm towing and I'm getting like I've been, which is an average around 13.3 times 56, 744 miles. Here's why that's a really big deal. I ran out of gas one time when I was previously towing with my wife's Suburban. I was getting 6-7 miles per gallon on average in that Suburban towing. It was the old 5.7 liter, I guess, not the 6.2. And I had less than 200 miles of range when I was towing with that thing. The gas tank on that was in the 20s. I forget the exact number. So range for me is a really big deal. Plus, I don't want to have to stop at some crappy gas station that's really hard to get into. So having a big range, phenomenal. That's number one for me. Number two that no one talks about, these are really, really fast trucks. You know, the gas version of this, 0 to 60 time, 7.5 seconds, 0 to 60. The diesel, 6.6. This thing can get up and run. But the third reason, which is probably the most important if you're actually towing something, is this button right here. It's called the exhaust brake. When I turn that on, this truck is an absolute monster when it comes to towing. Not just uphill, right? This diesel truck, 445 horsepower, but 910 foot-pounds of torque at only 1,600 RPMs. But this engine brake, this exhaust brake, this is a big deal. It means that when I'm towing my Lance camper, I'll throw you some footage so you can see it. I'm going up big hills, big inclines, no problem, no slowing down. I'll set my truck at around, let's say 65, let's say. And going up, no problem. It can absolutely handle that. My gas truck, I was slowly having a hard time. It was really revving up, but going down is even better. You'll notice that in some of this footage, I'm not even using the brake at all. I'm not even touching the gas at all. I'll set it to 65 going up, and it will maintain 65 going down as well because of that exhaust brake. So not only is this truck fast, but it's really good at maintaining or going slow. These are three things that no one tells you about diesels that I have absolutely loved. So if you've got any towing going on, you should definitely consider a diesel truck. Last thing to remember though, this is a pretty big upgrade. It was like $9,000 more. I want to say the book price on this 22 was like $62,000. This is a more basic model. I've got a bench seat up front here. The diesel engine, had I not gotten that, would have bumped me into the low 50s. So that is a big deal. However, resale is amazing too. They always say that these things will go for a couple 100,000 miles. So I'm hoping that I can keep this a long time. We reused my gas Chevy into my fleet, and my guys are using it and we're towing with it. It's really an around the town truck for my construction company. But if you're thinking diesel, range was the number one deal for me. I absolutely love skipping the gas station and going another couple 100 miles to the next one that's available. Guys, I thought I would share these 3 diesel secrets with you. Back to normal construction talk next time. Hit that subscribe button below. We've got new content here every Tuesday and every Friday. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and otherwise we'll see you next time on The Build Show.